Feeling like it's time to step up your vocal production, become a professional and start tuning real vocals, real big vocals, Grammy-winning vocals, platinum-selling vocals? Well, I got a cool tool for you and I want to go over it because I think it's one of the main things in my arsenal when it comes to vocal production. And that's Melodyne's Melodyne Studio 5. What does it mean? What are the upgraded features? And a couple tips and pro tools to show you some workflow stuff. Let's get right into it. Plugin of the week. It's time. All right, first things first, let's play you this little phrase that I got here. It's unmixed track. I just started it. The song's by Christian Castro. It's called You Know That's Me. Let's listen to it without any Melodyne tuning on this lead vocal. Show you what we're working with here.
A 180 en la Ducati, you know that's me. Un culito bien pegado está pa' mí. Brilloteo en el cuello, eso es así. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, well, it is in Spanish, it's reggaeton, and it's a vibe, but it's pretty pitchy. And he definitely tracked through auto-tune. So I want to make sure that his tuning is really hard and it's tight. And we're going to use Melodyne Studio 5. I've already tuned the vocal. I'm not going to give you too much of a tutorial on Melodyne here. But let's just say these globs are kind of like your phrasing. The line within it is the actual pitch. Vibrato, it shows all the pitch. These lines that are connected, the little yellow lines going throughout, is kind of the pitch drift and the modulation. Think of it as like the glide on an analog synth, like how long it takes to get from note to note. You get there really quick and hard tune, or you can get there softer and more gentle. Let's play it back to back so you can really hear it, tuned and untuned. Here's tuned up.
A 180 en la Ducati, you know that's me. Un culito bien pegado está pa' mí. Brilloteo en el cuello, eso es así. Yeah. Oh.
And untuned.
A 180 en la Ducati, you know that's me. Un culito bien pegado está pa' mí. Brilloteo en el cuello, eso es así. Yeah. Oh.
I think you'll agree it's a little bit more pleasant to hear this vocal tuned up, even though it's pretty hard tuned, like almost auto-tune, EFX hard tuned. Let's talk about the features that you get with the studio version of Melodyne Studio. Get this little mixer, which is amazing. Let's say we want to go to this phrase, like the chorus here. And we have multiple stacks here, but these guys, these two vocals are doubling themselves, right? So it's a lead and then a double. So if we hold down Option Shift, we're going to open up the plugin on both of these tracks at the same time. Bada bam. Track list, right? So it'll give you the track list, and Melodyne Studio talks to the other Melodyne Studio plugins. And what we can do is we can record enable any of the tracks to then transfer the audio in so we can tune it. You can also show, this is just the waveform view when you select these, and you can hover over it. It says edit notes. That allows you to see the notes and edit them in the timeline. Let's capture this selection here and let's see some of these features.
Rolls Royce outside, so you know that's me. I'm chilling with your bitch, bumping Jodeci. They said he didn't live, so you know that's me. Yep, you know that's me. Yep, you know that's me. Rolls Royce.
Awesome. Now we got both of these vocals right away. And if you're a professional, you're trying to save time, you're making good money, mixing, vocal tuning, vocal production, vocal editing, this plugin is for you. It is an investment. It's $700 for this suite of plugins. Now, what I can do here is I can see that there's actually both tracks got captured at the same time, which is amazing because what I like to do, and a couple tips for you, is don't just go in here and start going, oh, I just need to double click and get these in pitch center and bam, you know? Don't do that when you're multi-track editing in Melodyne. That's my first tip. Use the modulation tool, the pitch modulation and the pitch drift before you go and correct the pitch itself. Reason being is it's a lot easier to see the pitch drift and the modulation within the notes before you go and stack them on top of each other and you can't really tell. For example, let's flatten this out like we're going EFX hard tuning, okay? Obviously, I do not recommend this for like singer-songwriters. You want to be a lot more chill, maybe a rock song, a loose indie pop song. You don't want that hard tune. But this is what I want to do for this one because this is the vibe. So I'm going to tune that up. I'm going to go into my pitch tool and I'm going to drag that up, and you can select both, double click, and it's going to lock it into time. That's very, very powerful, and you can do this with both of these tracks. With Melodyne Studio, you get all the tools. That's another thing, right? You get the main tool, the scroll tool, the zoom, you get all the pitch tools, you get the format tool, amplitude tools, right? With the fade tool and the sibilance balance. Same thing you're going to get with the editor package, which is one below this. I think it's like $350 less. And you get the time tools and you get the note separation. This version is not for you if you're not working with multiple stacks of vocals all the time. That's the first thing I'll say about the Melodyne Studio. Don't get it. It's not worth the investment if you're not working with multiple stacks of vocals all the time and you're not trying to save some time. This version of Melodyne, you can go in here and you can unselect the views on each of these. So you can do like, oh, I want to do this one and then I want to do this one, right? So you don't have to do these together. You don't have to tune them together. You don't have to edit them together. You can look at them separately and then you can look at them together by holding down Shift and clicking on that, which is going to give you both those views. Amazing. I love that part of it. I think it's very, very powerful. A really cool thing that I like about Melodyne and Pro Tools is, let's say I had a big vocal chain here, right? I had Fab filter and I had a compressor on here and it was sending and it was doing all this stuff. Once I'm done tuning here, I can actually just say, hey, I don't want to print through the EQ, the compressor, and all my chain. What I want to do is just say commit up to this insert. And you could commit up to the insert and then still save your chain of your vocals, which is awesome. So let's say edit selection, because I just want to print this guy. Let's say we want all that. With the source track, I'm going to do nothing. Hit OK. It's going to bounce it offline. Incredible. And then it also just brings our chain right back down. So you don't have to affect anything. Say you're in a mix and you've gone and you built this vocal chain and all this stuff and you're mixing and you're like, dude, that one note is driving me crazy. These doubles are messed up and the note is driving me nuts. You could go in, move your plugins down, put Melodyne at the first plugin, and then print just the Melodyne and keep everything else so you could just tune that one little vocal. Amazing. Good job. Love that in Pro Tools. That's a shout out to Pro Tools. Last thing I want to show you about Melodyne Studio that I absolutely love. Let's say you have harmonies, you have stacks that are low, you have them high, you have them in different keys and different notes, playing the third, the fourth, the fifth. You got harmonies in there. Let's go in here and let's hold down Option Shift again due to selected tracks. I got a low stack. I got doubles that are just punching on certain parts. Let's go in here. Let's pop Melodyne on everything here again. And again, let's just go into every track we want to do this to. Let's arm them all. Let's hold down Shift as we click up so we can see the view of all these. And let's print this.
Rolls Royce outside, so you know that's me. I'm chilling with your bitch, bumping Jodeci. They said he didn't live, so you know that's me. Yep, you know that's me. Yep, you know that's me.
Okay, now here we go. This is awesome for me because you have a hook low, for example, right? That may be playing or trying to sing the octave of the lead, okay? So let's get rid of everything else and let's just play that lead and that octave. And you can actually move these tracks up and down throughout here. So if you want to kind of just focus on these two, this is where all this power is. It's right in this mixer area. It's just incredible. So I can say, hey, I want to check out this lead versus the low octave. And you can see here, he's not following the lead, which is going to really mess up your flow. So if you want to, you can go, okay, let's correct these guys. Let's double click these guys, make sure they're in the same key. You know, bam, bam. And that's hitting a B major. Let's split this guy because it's going up. It's going B to C sharp. Now down here, we can actually see that that's not doing the same thing, and we can make it do the same thing, right? So, or you can do what maybe he's trying to do is hit this G sharp, right? Or you can bring him up. So you can really match and play with the timing as well, and then play with the timing handles and all that, which I think is really, really powerful because as you're doing this, you're like, oh, this is an octave stack, or maybe this is a fourth, or it's a perfect third, or whatever. You come in, you could see both of these in the same lane, and you could correct them perfectly. And also you can use things like the time handles, right? The time tool, where you can go in and you could go, hey, this is landing kind of little fast. Let's move that back in time and then lock this guy in over here that's doing the same thing and lock in that timing exactly where that timing is with the top note. And I think that's super, super awesome and something that I use all the time in Melodyne Studio to lock in my timing and make sure my edits are perfect. So for example, move the cursor there and you could see this note's coming in later. So we don't have to do this in the editing window. We could literally just do this in Melodyne. I'm holding down Option so I can move off the grid. And there you go. Now those notes are hitting perfectly at the same time. You could even shorten them to make sure that they're ending at the same time. You can do a lot of almost all your vocal editing within Melodyne Studio. And that's why it's such a powerful plugin. Now, if you guys really like this video and you want more like it, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, drop a comment, ask me any questions you got about Melodyne. Maybe you have editor, maybe you have studio, maybe you have just the entry level of Melodyne. If you want to get more in depth with vocal editing, tuning, all that stuff, and you're you're really getting heavy on vocal production, highly recommend this upgrade. It is a $700 package. So if you're not doing this for a living, you're not really serious about it, save your chips, go to the editor at least. The editor is about $300 less, and you're going to get a lot of these tools besides the multi-track functions. Thanks for tuning in. Radium POW, I'm out of here. Bradley Deniston. I love you guys. Keep tuning in. We're going to have a lot more content for you, a lot more live song reviews, plug into the week, mix series, and I'm always doing these little shorts. Peace.